All right, hello everybody. This is Bob again, and as you can see, today I'm going to be talking about Jim Henson's Labyrinth comics adaptation, the archive edition. I have all three, so we're going to be taking just a look at the artwork for all of them. Okay. The thing was, it was a couple of months ago that I went to the comic store and I saw that they had an issue of the Dark Crystal, and I was like, oh my god, that's awesome. And it was the original comics adaptation they did back in the 80s, and I was like, hell yeah, I need to own this because I'm a huge Dark Crystal fan. So I purchased this. I'm gonna have to get the second one. It's only 2 issues on this one. I just have to get the second one. So when I saw that, I was looking up online how much the second one would cost, and because I came late to the party, so I missed it. And I noticed that they made these books, and I was like, holy shit, I need these, because I saw some artwork online from John Buscema at the time for this comics adaptation, and I thought it was amazing. So I was like, okay, I'm going to need this artwork, not only because I'm a John Buscema fan, but I'm also a Labyrinth fan, and the artwork looked amazing. Now the trick is, because we're just going to be like looking at these for the artwork, I don't need to go through the the story, because I'm pretty sure everybody watching this video has seen Labyrinth at least half as many times as I have, which is probably in the hundreds. I actually just recently watched it. Just I don't know, 2 weeks ago. Now I was looking for a specific page in this book, because that's the artwork that I had found, but I had found it penciled, and because it was penciled, I don't know, it looked better than the finished inks, although the inks are still pretty good as well. And I think one of the things that kind of affects this book, it's Labyrinth, so I feel like it should be a little more bright and colorful in some areas, but on this glossy paper, the coloring, I don't know, it seems, in some cases, it just seems a little too vibrant. I'm sure that if they had done this on the newsprint instead of using this glossy paper, we would have had colors that were dulled just a bit, and it would have looked a little better. I know that's a complaint I think a lot of people make when looking at reprints of this, when they do it as a completed edition or something like that, and they put it on this type of paper. But I still think everything here looks gorgeous. So I know that so right here we can see that there's a little bit of a difference. We have her spouting the poem to have this baby taken away after she's frustrated, and these goblins come running in to do just that. And she sees them, and she grabs a broom and chases them off, and they go and run and hide. This guy apparently slipping right through the floorboards, so that's kind of wild. A little different from what we got in the movie. And I'm also pretty sure that John Buscema was working with stills from the movie in order to capture likenesses and exact scenes. We've got the, I'm not sure what it's called, but the multicolored eyes here, they kept that in. That's awesome, right? I really like the rendition of the Goblin Kingdom right here in the Labyrinth that Sarah will be going through. Okay, this book is pretty damn awesome. I'm going to read it myself to see if to see some of the differences. I know that there's always differences in something. I remember reading the novelization of Willow back in the 80s when I was a kid, because I was so in love with that movie, and I was like, okay, so I'm going to read the book too. And the book had major differences from the movie, which was wild, because I'm like, was this writer working from a script that they didn't use, or was there footage from the movie that was cut that we never got to see? And I had actually never found uh, those scenes or anything, so I'm not sure if any of that was filmed. And it was, for the most part, it was little things, but then there were actually kind of bigger things that that happened. Now, again, I'm talking about these colors. Like, these pages have a lot of very hard yellow, and I'm just going to do a little comparison here. I'm going to use Eric, Son of Thunder. This is actually my new favorite book. I'm reading these right now. I'm going to be doing a video on these also. I know that they came out in like 1982, but I'm like in love with them. So I'm pretty sure that the yellow we have here is the same yellow we're supposed to have over here. I know this is a DC book and this is Marvel, but their color palettes shouldn't be that different, I would think. So you can see here, you know, like with these browns, the yellows, oranges and such, it's so much more vibrant on here, and it gets kind of washed out on here and makes it a more, I think, natural color, where over here we're getting like the neon highlighter version of that color, right? And we have Hoggle killing some fairies with some spray. I like that we actually got to see like a little fairy down here. You don't really see the fairies kind of close up in the movie, because I don't think you were supposed to. They were just tiny fairies or whatever. And we have Sarah here going through the labyrinth with the ivy, and we have the little worm here. Hello. Everybody knows that because that's one of the favorites. So here is the original cover, I think, to the second Labyrinth issue. The one that I have here, again, I'm pretty sure they did the multiple covers, or what is it called? Well, whatever. They did multiple covers, and I think this is a newer cover that they did. And we have her at the gate here. I'm gonna be honest. I've seen this movie 100 times. This one, I understand it, but like, if you were to ask me to solve this puzzle myself, I don't think I would ever get it again, even though I've seen the answer to the puzzle 100 times, okay? And it's explained over and over again, but the way it's explained, I just feel like it didn't work. I don't know. She's falling down with the helping hands here. Now, they did not do the faces with the helping hands, and I guess you can't put every little detail of a movie into the book, but I would have liked to have seen that. You know, we get the faces in the walls here, right? This is all pretty awesome. We have some skeletons showing some dead bodies. I don't believe I saw that in the movie. So I don't know if that was something that was maybe edited out to make it more child-friendly, but it wasn't edited out of the script that they were given for this, or, you know, somebody else wrote it in there, because I have to say that for the most part, comics tend to be a little more mature. For some reason, if you're reading it, it was okay, but if you were watching it, it wasn't. You know, that's kind of how it was in the 80s. Even if the movie would be pure nightmare fuel, you know, they'd still make it for a child. I'm thinking of Return to Oz, but also, like, I guess there were some things they thought that children shouldn't see or anything, but would end up in a novel. If you would read that as a young adult, you know, it was fine. So here we go with this drill. I really like this hallway thing here. Again, the artwork here is pretty awesome. I love John Buscema. But again, and I'm gonna interlace this video with the penciled versions of a lot of these pages, if I can find them, so that you can see the differences that I'm talking about, that are pretty awesome, right? I love the door knockers. They're awesome. This was one of the more imaginative movies. I loved just the whole idea of it. I don't understand why they don't make more movies like this. I think the closest thing I had seen was maybe late 90s, early 2000s. It was Mirror Mask. I don't know if they ever did a comics adaptation of that, but that was kind of like on par with this type of movie, right? And now the artwork I'm talking about for the pencil that I had seen online was something with these creatures whose names I can't remember right now, and I'm sure it's in the book here. But it just, I don't know, it just looked amazing. So again, I'm going to show that picture. You're probably looking at it right now as I'm talking. And just the pencil version of it was amazing. I almost wish that they had just kept the penciled version of the book instead of inking it. You know, just like when you do like the Conan books that Buscema did, and how they were, I'm thinking it was this picture here. I thought it was a double page spread. Also, I think the one I looked at was flipped, where Sarah was on this side. But again, I'll find it and post it on there. But it just, the pencil version looked so amazing. Not that any of this, you know, doesn't. There's Sir Didymus, right? Just, yeah, just lovely stuff. So again, because I was talking about also having the Dark Crystal, and my only complaint with the Dark Crystal adaptation at the time was the fact that they would color the Skeksis yellow and orange, and I just felt like they should be more of a blue and purple. Like they should be more of what we're seeing with this guy down here, instead of, you know, all of this yellow. This book seems to be the most yellow book I've ever seen when it comes to a comic, and I just don't recall that much yellow being in the movie, so it kind of stands out. I'm going to say the same thing with Labyrinth here. This book has a lot of yellow in it, which I just find weird, right? That's where, you know, he sends her back home, and then, but it wasn't really home, it was fake. And then this junk goblin comes in and tries to, like, I guess, pack her up with a bunch of her stuff that she loved, right? Here's the war against the goblins, which was awesome. And the MC Escher stuff here. So I guess there's no way of really translating that. I suppose they could have did it where he was like upside down on some other level or something like that. But right here, he's just pulling a Spider-Man, which is, you know, it's kind of cool because that's Buscema and he would draw Spider-Man. So, you know, he's got that down. And then apparently she gets the baby back, and that is the end. And then here we have the ad for the Dark Crystal Comics adaptation, which I guess came after this, you know. But that is it. I want to thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, please hit like. I'm trying to grow the channel so that I can get my name out there as a comic book artist. So I would really appreciate it. If you liked the video, hit like. And again, thanks for watching.